The day the title changed, the Arizona sun blazed unrelentingly. Behind thick desert scrub and a private security gate, a contemporary two-story house of glass walls, vaulted ceilings, and steel supports faced out over the San Francisco peaks onto a solitary Flagstaff ridge. Residents only heard the property was purchased for cash. No loans, no mortgage, no traditional financing necessary, but the buyer's name was unknown. There were, however, rumors making the rounds in Flagstaff real estate circle. Brown, not any Brown, Brown, Aurora Alec. News traveled swiftly in what remained of the polygamist Brown family. First to hear, thanks to a real estate informant, was Christine, far from the drama, now residing peacefully in Utah. She phoned Janelle immediately. Robyn did not buy it. It's not Kody's either. It's in her name. What is going on over there? Janelle's heart skipped. Hi everyone, welcome back to Reality Recap. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. By this time, Janelle was no longer surprised by Kody's spendthrift money management. He had already drained her savings, drained her 401k, and left her staying in an RV while Robyn was lounging in comfort. But something just didn't sit well. It was not Kody who told Robyn the news, it was Solomon. The young boy overheard his dad talking to a notary on the phone. "Dad, which house are you talking about?" he asked naively. That night, Robyn confronted Kody, her voice shaking in outrage and shock. "You bought a house in Aurora's name? Again, such a big decision made without even telling me about anything?" Kody, weathered by years of collapse and humiliation, stood quietly in the hallway of their cluttered rental. "She needed it," he murmured. "I had to give her something. We don't even have a plan for our future," Robyn snapped, tears welling up. "And you're out here giving my daughter, our daughter, a house like she's some prize in your personal redemption tour." But Kody wasn't backing down. "She's 22. She's scared of the world, of life. That's our doing, Robyn. I didn't counterbalance you. You protected her from everything. She can't even drive unless you're riding with her." Robyn's jaw hit the floor. "You're blaming me for being a bad mother? After all I've done for our children? I'm accusing us of confining her to our dysfunction," he snapped. "This is me trying to turn back the clock." But his explanation wasn't entirely true. Aurora's awakening. With trembling hands, Aurora opened the door latch and entered the home. The realtor, having already been cautioned by Kody not to overwhelm her, gave a soft, understanding smile. The home had a fresh paint smell and lemon wood polish aroma. Stillness permeated the space. No crying children, no TLC producers, no hidden cameras, no Robyn. Kody handed her the keys. His eyes were bloodshot. "This is yours," he whispered. "No one will tape you here. No one will direct you." Aurora stumbled. "Why now?" she whispered, her voice barely steady. "Because I should have done this 5 years ago," Kody replied. What Aurora didn't know was the clause hidden in the fine print of the closing folder. A reversion clause. If a sale was made within 5 years, ownership would fall back to Kody. This wasn't a gift. It was a crown, but a tree adorned in Christmas lights instead. In mere days, the news tore through the Brown family like a live wire. Paydon, ever loquacious, did a live broadcast on Instagram. "When I went into the National Guard, my dad wouldn't even help me get a car. But Aurora gets a whole house? You call that love? No, that's guilt. Undefined. That's him doing what he does, best." Michael T. tweeted a cryptic meme. "When you gaslight everyone for years, then buy property to fix it." Even Leon, who had been estranged from Kody for many years, chimed in, "Aurora didn't ask for this. She's just the latest victim in Kody's mission of emotional housecleaning." Christine wasn't talking, but her message hit home, posting a TikTok of herself doing a kitchen dance with the caption, "Freedom smells like fresh coffee and no manipulative men." But behind closed doors, at home, she was nervous. Undefined, Kody hadn't just lost a house. Undefined, he'd lost something else altogether. Aurora had been isolated on paper by Kody. It was empowering on paper. In life, it was a time bomb ready to burst, always on the verge of running amok. Robyn's sanity began to fray. She paced the rented home, muttering to herself, as if she were still in front of the cameras, although the cameras had been shut down months ago. "Why didn't he ask me?" she whispered. Was Aurora now able to go live with a boy? Was she now able to start using drugs? What if she left behind brothers and a sister forever? Robyn tried to call her daughter, but Aurora never answered. Weeks became weeks. Finally, Robyn, shaking, rolled up to the gate of the house that was not hers. On the intercom, Aurora spoke in a chilly voice. "You can't come in right now, Mom." Robyn pleaded, "Please, sweetie, I brought soup." "Your brothers miss you." Aurora would not budge. "I want space. This is what Dad desired for me. You told me you supported him." A subdued click on the speaker materialized as the gate closed. Robyn collapsed into her car and wailed into the steering wheel. Mary was not silent, though she was in a remote location. She made an unexpected visit to Aurora. Aurora opened up to her. They sat quietly in the empty kitchen. Mary had sparkling cider in a bottle and photos of Aurora from her childhood in Las Vegas. Mary did not linger. "A long time ago, your father told me that he was concerned you might be like me." Aurora blinked. "What?" "He thought that I was too independent, too smart, that I was too much. He wanted women to be soft, obedient. He afraid of the day you'd see him in the open." Aurora whispered, "I already do." Mary spread out paper she'd brought, a journal entry Kody'd written years ago. "I'll never lose Robyn, if I can keep Aurora close." Aurora trembled as she read it. "I'm not a woman to him," she whispered. "I'm just an anchor." Kody never appeared. Robyn stopped responding to Aurora's texts. Aurora had altered the gate code. In the house, she lit a candle, listened to some quiet music, and pulled out her journal. She wrote, "I finally have wall. Real one, not emotional one. Doors that lock. My name is on the title. For once, I belong somewhere that isn't borrowed. I don't know what kind of father Kody really was, but I know this house won't fix anything. Still, it's mine, and I'll live with that." The air inside the home felt heavy, but the summer heat in Flagstaff remained bone dry, thick, and tense, like the desert just before a monsoon. It had been 31 days since Kody gave her the key, 27 days since Robyn tried to get in, 18 since Aurora blocked her number, and just one day following the time she found a mysterious envelope on her front porch. No stamp, no return address. Clearly slipped through the gate. Her blood grew cold as she read the name on it. David Jessup. Seated stiffly on her linen couch, heart pounding, she grasped the envelope. It had been years since she'd heard that name. Her biological father. Robyn had always referred to him as dangerous, unstable, angry. Aurora didn't remember him. Only the terror tale. Kody had verified them, legitimizing the adoption, the name change, the domination. Aurora opened the letter, shaking with her hand. "Aurora, you don't know me, and I won't ever pretend to have been truly your father. But now that the man who supplanted me gave you a home, with conditions attached, you're owed the truth. I know things about Kody, about why he adopted you, about what he took from your mother and from you. If you want answers, come see me in Holbrook. Sunday, 2 p.m., the old Route 66 diner. I'll be waiting. Alone. Maybe." The letter dropped to the floor. She let it go numbly. Her thoughts were going 1,000 miles an hour. Robyn sat on her bedroom floor half-town away, covered in piles of unpaid bill, unopened mail, and late notice of property taxes on their rental. Mascara had been applied across her cheek. The children hardly even glanced at her anymore. Kody was rarely ever home, and TLC had already stopped filming. Robyn cried alone. "She's shut me out. She thinks I'm the villain." Kody had become an unpredictable presence, sometimes kind, mostly distant, and rarely apologetic. But Robyn's fear had shifted to something new. "He's going to replace me with her." Even without the cameras, the emotional collapse was raw and real. Robyn hadn't cried like this since Las Vegas. Not since Mary had left, not since Christine had gone away. And here, she hadn't been able to spin the story, because in truth, Aurora no longer believed her. Christine, ever sensitive, could feel that something was wrong. Her stomach plummeted when she answered a call from a paralegal in Flagstaff who'd seen Kody's name on a rush deed filing. "He's trying to transfer more property," the woman said. "He's using different names on the packages. Robyn's kids, primarily." Christine had fit the pieces together in a rush. Kody was laundering money in the kids' name. Within hours, she called Mary and Janelle. "He's moving again, and he's covering it up. After Aurora's house, now Brianna and Dayton." Mary surrendered, her voice drained but furious. "We need an attorney now." Janelle's voice was cold and unyielding. "If he's concealing property in the names of the kids, we must take him to court. That's fraud." Sunday arrived all too soon. Aurora, uncertain about everything, drove by herself to Holbrook. The diner was nearly vacant, only one man sitting huddled in the corner, sun-weathered, mid-40s, with worn blue eyes that were a reflection of her own. David Jessup. He rose as she entered. "You came," he whispered. "I didn't think you would." They sat in silence that was as deafening as speech. "Why now?" Aurora asked. David leaned forward. "Because I have not spoken for over a decade, and I have seen that man build a kingdom of lies." "What lie?" she breathed. David pushed an old court document down the table. "I left," he said. "Robyn and Kody told the judge that I was dangerous, but I never waived my rights. I was never given a court date. They used their church connections. The system didn't just fail me, it was rigged." Aurora's face went pale. "You're saying the adoption wasn't legal?" "I'm saying it was built on manipulation, just like everything he does." Aurora stood abruptly. Everything she had known began to collapse. Her voice cracked. "I don't know what to believe anymore." David didn't follow. He spoke softly only, "Don't make that house your cage, Kody always requires control for a gift." Back in Flagstaff, Christine and Janelle both retained attorney. They compiled financial statements, previous messages, and proof. Kody had bought property in the names of Robyn's children using family trust funds only. One lawyer read the documents. "This This isn't just shady, it's illegal. If he exchanged marital property during the breakup without transparency, it's theft. They prepared for a lawsuit in civil court, but they first issued a formal legal notice to suspend all property dealing. Kody lost his temper when he opened the letter. "They're gonna kill me," he thundered. "I gave that girl a house, and now they want to turn me into a criminal," Robyn retorted. "Because you did it secretly." Kody gazed at her, cold, empty. "You were to keep Aurora near, but now even you lost her." That one phrase shattered what little they had left. Later at night, Aurora roamed her still house. It was after midnight. Her bare feet walked on the grass she never experienced growing up in crowded apartments. Moonlight danced off the walls of stucco. She sat still on the porch, David's letter and the deed in her hand. She thought about the clock. Robyn hanging around, the camera, betrayal, silence. She pulled out her phone and began to type. "I want to place the deed in my trust, totally independent. No reversion clause. I desire complete autonomy." She sent it to a lawyer. Then she sent her message to Robyn. "Respect my limit. I'm finding out who I am without both of you." Lastly, she sent a text to Kody. "I like the house," Aurora wrote, "but I'm not your redemption arc anymore. My name is Aurora, and I don't belong to anyone." The house had been built on love and guilt, but what followed was not anything any of them expected. Robyn's reckoning, Kody's downfall, Aurora's awakening, the lawsuit initiated by Christine and Janelle, and the revelation that shook the entire Brown legacy. It began with a single headline: "Former sister wives demand financial transparency. Civil action filed against Kody Brown for property fraud." In a wood-paneled lawyer's office, Christine and Janelle sat side by side as their legal team finalized the complaint. The civil action demanded a full audit of all trust accounts of the Brown family, the immediate halting of all property transfers to Robyn's children, and restitution for any use of marital property to purchase Aurora's house. They even requested a court injunction against secret clauses like the one hidden in Aurora's deed. The moment the documents went public, their phones exploded with messages of support, screenshots, land deal records, and even inside tips. Former cast members, fans, and distant cousins chimed in. Someone sent screenshots of Kody's private Venmo payment. Others leaked word from Flagstaff about secret cash allegedly stashed in Wyoming. Janelle scrolled through it all, her face dark. "He started money laundering using LLCs while we were still in Vegas." Christine nodded. "No more. He's not getting away with it this time." Robyn received her letter next. She was pacing the kitchen when the certified envelope arrived. It was sealed in gold, addressed formally to Robyn Sullivan Brown. She opened it tentatively, then froze. Inside was a formal letter from Aurora's attorney. Effective immediately, Aurora Alice Brown had revoked all parental authority and representative rights from Robyn. Robyn was hereby forbidden all contact, visitation, or interference with her daughter's life and property. Robyn fell to the floor, winded. Her baby girl had legally cut her off. Robyn stormed into Kody's Airbnb with letter in hand, intruding upon one of his usual tantrums. "She has an attorney, Kody. She cut me off, legally." Kody whirled around to confront her, eyes blazing and face red. "Maybe now you'll quit babying her." "You started this," Robyn snarled. "I gave her that house because I thought she'd still want us around," he bellowed. "But she's turning into Mary. Cold, ungrateful, independent, just like all the others." "You mean free," Robyn shouted. "That's what scares you. Women who don't need you." Kody slammed his fist down on the counter. She was different. But inwardly, Kody wasn't only angry at Aurora or even at Robyn. He was angry at himself. Angry that all of his so-called presents had strings attached. Furious that all the women in his life had finally chosen to break off from him rather than remain under his control. 3 days later, TLC finally made a statement. "We are aware of the civil suit against former members of Sister Wives. TLC is conducting an internal review of contractual clarity and economic terms of production. We cannot comment on pending legal proceeding." It was a dry, corporate statement, but the message was unmistakable. TLC was backing away from Kody. Insider sources confirmed that TLC had already stopped production on Reclaiming Brown, the Patriarch's Legacy, a spin-off focusing on Kody. They were quietly developing a new project with Christine and Janelle instead. The tide had finally turned. TLC had heard enough. Meanwhile, Aurora sat silently in her lawyer's office, her hands gripping a sealed envelope. The results of the test were in. She had not said a word, not to her sibling, not to Robyn, not even to Kody. Only David Jessup knew the time and date she had gone in for the DNA test. The envelope sat before her now. The attorney gently inquired, "Do you want me to read it to you?" Aurora nodded. Aurora Alice Brown and David Preston Jessup share a 99.998% paternity match. The paper fell from her hand. "So, it's true," she whispered. "He really is my biological father." In a single breath, years of deception tumbled down. Kody had told her David left her behind, that the adoption was to protect her. But now she knew it wasn't protection, it was erasure. And right at that moment, Christine received a message from Mary, just as they were sorting through more financial documents for Janelle. That old tape, the Vegas one where Kody explained what Aurora meant to him, Mary believed she still possessed it. They sat in a dimly lit hotel room in Salt Lake City that night. Mary dragged out a dusty laptop and clicked play. Kody's voice crackled over the speakers. "I'll never lose Robyn if I can keep Aurora. She's the glue. Robyn disintegrates if she does. She's not a daughter. She's the insurance policy." Janelle spat over her shoulder in disgust. Christine set her jaw. Mary collapsed, exhausted. "We all went with that man." Christine frantically wiped a tear. "Let's burn the whole thing to the ground." A week later, Aurora spoke for herself. Else first went live on Instagram. Her hair was natural, no makeup on her face, and there was soft music playing in the background. She looked straight into the camera, this time not for a storyline, not for her parents, and not for ratings. "I want to speak for me," she began. "Yes, Kody provided me with a house. No, I did not ask for it. And yes, I've officially severed all parental reins. His clause is deleted now. And yes, I've spoken with David Jessup. He didn't abandon me. He abandoned my life prior to my chance to meet him." She leaned back, then forward. "And I'm done. I'm not healing on his behalf. I'm not staying quiet for hers. I'm Aurora Alice Brown, and I'm finally looking out for myself." To anyone out there who's ever been told their life is someone else's redemption story, you don't owe them a thing. Last week, Mary Brown went trending on the social media after opening up publicly about remaining silent after her breakup with Kody. During a live session with influencer Grace Lovely, Mary opened up about why she's been pretty quiet about her ex and his only other remaining wife, Robyn Brown. Mary admitted to having been the subject of online hate from Sister Wives fans, being accused of covering for Kody and Robyn, despite officially ending her spiritual marriage early in 2023. She responded, "Just because I got divorced doesn't mean I hate someone. It doesn't imply that I have to spill all the tea or give away everything that happened. I just don't think so. Some things, honestly, are better left unsaid." Fans will recall, Mary was the last of Kody's first wives to leave. Christine had left in 2021. Janelle left in 2022. But Mary had always been more stoic than the others. Her silence had become a target for criticism. Mary later explained she wasn't staying quiet to protect Kody and Robyn, but rather out of respect in the same way many divorced couples avoid bad-mouthing each other around their children. "I don't need to do it in front of the world," she said, "so I'm not going to. I just don't have to." It even came out that there were times she'd uttered something more than she meant by mistake. "There've been instances when I say something on screen and think, 'Oops, did I just really say this?'" She giggled. "But overall, I don't think everything needs to be said." When it comes to dating again, Mary said she won't introduce Kody into future discussions. "I'm not going to drag my ex into my next relationship. I'm not going to compare. I'll take something from my history, how I was treated, what I experienced, but I will not say, 'Well, Kody did this one thing.' I want my next partner to be the person in my life, not a shadow of the past." Don't forget to subscribe to Reality Recap for more like this. Allow us to hear your ideas in the comments, and thank you for watching.